Good morning, natural gas. It's Thursday, March the 12th, 2026. I'm Tim Beggins, president of Elk Trading Company, and today is storage day. Currently, expectations around minus 43 BCF. That compares to minus 62 last year, minus 64 for the 5-year average. So it's a bearish storage report. And right now we are just barely positive on the day. We're currently trading at 322.5, up 1.6 cents or 0.53%. And as you can see, the 13 and 48 period exponential moving averages have yet to cross to the upside. The RSI is still pointing higher, but we're waiting for storage to be past us, and then we can go and move higher. We've got bullish news across the energy space overnight. We had 2 tankers hit off the coast of Basra here. And as you can see, these 2 tankers here, oh, excuse me, I don't know if these are 2. Yes, Zephyros is one of them. And the Safe Sea Vishnu were hit last night, as well as 2 tankers further closer to Abu Dhabi that were also attacked overnight. And this is one in this particular area here, and one a little closer to this particular area. And we still had that tanker that was right in the strait that hit something or was hit by a projectile or perhaps a naval drone. So that means there was 5 vessels that were hit yesterday in a 24-hour period. So Iran right now controls the Strait of Hormuz. And until things change, everything is at a standstill. As you can see, there are clusters of ships just trying to sit it out, hoping they're not a target. And right now, the U.S. Navy says it's too dangerous to start escorting convoys through the Strait of Hormuz. And no doubt there are some mines perhaps in the strait, but there's definitely some naval drones. So everybody is being very cautious. Right now, again, there's nothing at Ras Rafan here in Qatar. That's 20% of the world's LNG. There are no tankers now at anchorage here at Ras Rafan. The only tanker actually moved out, and that was Al Rayyan yesterday. It has moved away from the port itself, and Shell has declared force majeure because of the Qatari volumes they were committed to. So let's turn a look to the hourly chart. And as you can see, we're above the daily pivot, which came in at 315.20 today. First resistance, 328.5. Our high for the day, 329.20. So we're contained between the pivot and first resistance. The RSI is pointing lower at the moment. It's trying to see if it can point higher, perhaps after the storage report comes out today and in just about 20 minutes. And let's take a look at the front to back spreads. Because of the strength in crude oil, these front to back spreads once again catching a bid. The winter contracts, Jan, Feb, and March in particular. And this is the Jan versus the October spread. It is up today right now 5.1 cents to 148.30, or 3.63% gain today. What about the April through October strip? Well, so far, really just up 5 ticks. 349.5, still below the 360 value level on the strip. Why? The short-term energy outlook was negative for natural gas from the EIA. It really is saying that other fuels will probably take market share, in particular the renewables. So let's see if this April through October strip can finally catch a bid. Taiwan is saying they're going to take more LNG from the United States starting in June. And we'll talk about Golden Pass in a few minutes. Let's take a look at the weather. Currently, right now, we've got some cooler temperatures across the United States here. We've still got some warm temperatures across the Gulf and all the way up the eastern seaboard, but it's just a sliver of warmth right now, and that disappears over time. As we move further and further into the forecast period, this colder air starts to really descend through the midsection of the country, and as you can see here, really pushes down into Texas and keeps that warmer temperatures on the eastern seaboard. That then shifts eastward over time. This is around the 14th through the 16th. And as you can see here, it pushes east. And then we get some warmth. And it disappears with that cooler temperatures. And look what's happening here in the south. Really starting to get very warm, 80s across Texas through Florida. And then we start to see some very warm temperatures here at the end of the forecast period here. We're looking at 90s up here. This is 90 degrees in Houston, 90 across parts of northern Florida. So that's going to be early AC load while we're still getting heating load in the northern tier of the country. Let's take a look at Europe. Well, we see some cooler temperatures at the end of the forecast period, but as you can see, it really remains fairly mild until that period. We get some cooler temperatures on the 14th in Spain, France, and Morocco, and parts of Turkey, but then it just really is just seasonal until we get the end of the forecast period where we see some cooler temperatures coming in from Scandinavia into the Isles and into France and Spain. So let's take a look at storage. Well, we're at 29.3% full across the EU. Germany down to 21.6%. France 21.9%. How about Asia? Well, same type of thing here. It is fairly just seasonal at this stage. We do see some cooler temperatures coming in and out, but then it warms back up over the forecast period. And as we get all the way down toward the end of the month, it just seems like it's normal at this stage for Asia. That's good news. And how about Golden Pass? Well, we're currently at 298, 191 MMBTUs going into the terminal. Again, this is stabilizing. Looks like we're about to make the final push here, maybe over the next 2 weeks. So let's hope, keep our fingers crossed, they can make first LNG by the end of the month. Let's hope that's the case because we really could use it. And how about the United States for the drought? Well, this is very dry across parts of Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Louisiana, and all the way over into the south, in particular Florida, which is very, very dry. We do need some warm weather temperatures. We need some rain really quickly here. We did get some rain in the Houston area, but not enough to really make a dent in the drought in the area. So let's take a look at the U.S. nuclear fleet. Well, we're basically the same as yesterday. We're at 13.2 gigawatts that are offline right now. Again, we seasonally peak either at the end of this month or April the 11th for the 5-year average. Currently, right now, the Palisades nuclear power plant up here in Michigan is still in the process of getting NRC approval to restart. Once they restart that nuclear unit, then there's some talk about putting small modular reactors around it to serve data centers. So let's take a look at the stocks. Well, because crude oil prices are up again, equities are down. And right now, the only one in the green, it really is Murphy. CNX behind me is up 0.17% for the today. And Crescent, well, now Crescent has just gone negative. So really just a negative day across the energy space, across all equities. And here again, recapping before we get the storage report, currently right now, we're only up 1 tick to 321, unchanged now, 321, up 1 tick. So currently we're waiting for storage expectations, minus 43 BCF. Again, comparison to last year, minus 62 BCF against the 5-year average, minus 64 BCF. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks for listening. We'll see you tomorrow.